नंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमदवय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य ISKCON फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौरभक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, व्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगामयी यमुनामयी की, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की, समवेद भक्त वृंद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are going to discuss chapter 2, text number 55 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The text is here on the display. You all can repeat after me. It's a beautiful sloka, 255. śrī-bhagavān uvāca. prajahāti yadā kāmān. sarvān Pārtha mano-gatān. ātmany evātmanā tuṣṭaḥ. sthita-prajñas tadocyate. śrī-bhagavān uvāca. prajahāti yadā kāmān. sarvān Pārtha mano-gatān. ātmany evātmanā tuṣṭaḥ. sthita-prajñas tadocyate. śrī-bhagavān uvāca. prajahāti yadā kāmān. sarvān Pārtha mano-gatān. ātmany evātmanā tuṣṭaḥ. sthita-prajñas tadocyate. śrī-bhagavān uvāca. prajahāti yadā kāmān. sarvān Pārtha mano-gatān. ātmany evātmanā tuṣṭaḥ. sthita-prajñas tadocyate. evātmanā tuṣṭaḥ. Hari śrī-bhagavān uvāca.
prajahāti yadā kāmān. sarvān Pārtha mano-gatān. ātmany evātmanā tuṣṭaḥ.
ātmani evātmanā tuṣṭaḥ. sthita-prajñas tadocyate. Mataji. Word-to-word meaning, translation and purport by Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki! śrī-bhagavān uvāca. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, prajahāti gives up, yadā when, kāmān desires for sense gratification, sarvān of all varieties, Pārtha, O son of Pṛthā, mano-gatān of mental concoction, ātmany in the pure state of the soul, evā certainly, ātmanā by the purified mind, tuṣṭaḥ satisfied, sthita-prajñaḥ transcendentally situated, tadā at that time, ucyate is said. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Pṛthā, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification, which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind thus purified finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. You all can repeat after me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Pṛthā, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification, which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind, thus purified, finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. Purport. The Bhagavatam affirms that any person who is fully Krishna consciousness or devotional service of the Lord has all the good qualities of the great sages, whereas a person who is not so transcendentally situated has no good qualities, no good qualifications, because he is sure to be taking refuge in his own mental concoctions. Consequently, it is rightly said herein that one has to give up all kinds of sense desires manufactured by mental concoction. Actually, such sense desires cannot be stopped. But if one is engaged in Krishna consciousness, then automatically sense desires subside without extraneous efforts. Therefore, one has to engage himself in Krishna consciousness without hesitation, for this devotional service will instantly help one onto the platform of transcendental consciousness. The highly developed soul always remains satisfied in himself by realizing himself as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. Such a transcendentally situated person has no sense desires resulting from petty materialism. Rather, he remains always happy in his natural position of eternally serving the Supreme Lord. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोन् श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। This sloka, this text defines the sthita-prajña, the person who is in pure transcendental consciousness. So, the person who is in pure transcendental consciousness has no desires of sense gratification. There is no desire at all for satisfying his own senses. This is the first thing. Then, once having come to this, he finds himself happy, satisfied in the self alone, realizing, Prabhupada makes it very clear that by realizing that he is the servant of the Supreme Lord, when he realizes that he is the servant of the Supreme Lord, then the happiness will come automatically because he is in connection with the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord Krishna is the resource of all happiness. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. So he is the one who is the reservoir of all pleasures, all happiness, all joy. So when we are connected, automatically we get. So the person who had come out of all the desires for the sense gratification and in connection with Krishna, assuming clearly, knowing clearly that he is the servant of Krishna, then he derives the pleasure, he derives the happiness, satisfaction in the self alone. Otherwise not. If he had left all the transcendental qualities or the sense gratification desires, he might have come out of all the desires. He may be situated little above the ordinary person in the transcendental level. But if he doesn't realize that he is the servant of Krishna, he is the servitor of Krishna, always serving Krishna, then he loses the happiness. He is born to make his own stories within his mind that I have come out of the desires, I am a sannyasi, I am the one who is saint, so everyone should respect me. I am the one who has come out. You people are having all the desires. Now slowly he will get into other problems, indirectly, unknowingly getting into Maya. But when he realizes that he is the servant, then this doesn't happen. Prabhupada in the purport makes it very clear. We have a number of examples to show that the person who comes to the level of pure transcendental consciousness, he is not having any sense gratification desires. So, he enjoys even in difficulties, even in most of the miseries, or in the greatest happy moments, the same level. He is in connection with Krishna, and the pleasure he is actually getting is transcendental. It is not material. So, his enjoyment is different from the material enjoyment. That is the higher taste. We take the example of Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu, very cruel, very strong, having achieved boon from Brahma, that he won't be killed inside, outside, any weapon, from any living entity created by Brahma, and all that. So, when Prahlad revolted against him, that you are not the Lord, and you are definitely not the Supreme Lord. You are like any ordinary living entity. You will also die. Why are you so much proud? What is that you are saying? I have the biggest, greatest boon, that nobody can kill me. I am the Lord. Leave Vishnu, leave Shiva, leave any other god. I am the God on this earth. Prahlad doesn't listen to him. Because of this, he makes him, you see, if you don't listen to me, I am going to kill you. Prahlad is not afraid. Huge elephant, when it tries to crush Prahlad, he is saved. Prahlad is in the mood, always praying to Narayana, the Supreme Lord, Krishna, Narayana, Vishnu. There is absolutely no difference. So, when he is praying, Krishna automatically is taking care of his devotees. So, the elephant withdraws from crushing him, offers obeisances and leaves. Everyone is stunned. How is this happening? They try to throw him from the highest mountain to the valley, but he is saved by the Supreme Lord. And he comes back. He never had any grudge against his father. Father is playing with me. He is after all playing with me. So, his father's sister, aunt, she had the boon. And she says, come, Prahlad, you sit on my lap. She knows that she has got the boon, that she is wearing the shawl or the covering which will not burn, and she will not be burned, and Prahlad will be burned. But that is meant for saving when some fire accident or fire takes place, to save some people. But you want to kill. That's all. She is dead. And Prahlad, always praying to the Supreme Lord, he comes out and says, oh Father, you are playing with me so nicely. So every time I am winning. So anywhere, anytime, with so many snakes, you see, he is not afraid. The person who is in contact with the Supreme Lord, always, he is in connection with the Supreme Lord. So he is not having any fear. Whatever you want to do, Okay, Krishna, I am ready. You want that I should be killed by the desire? To satisfy your desire, by satisfying your desire, I feel happy. So Krishna, you want that I should be killed? Okay. If you want to save me, no problem. So he doesn't have any difference. He is not feeling any even small iota of fear. No fear at all. It is your desire. Krishna, okay. So this sort of feeling, any situation, always remembering the Supreme Lord, and then when Narasimha-bhagavān appeared and killed Hiranyakashipu, with all the devotion, Pṛthā prays to Narasimha-bhagavān to liberate his father, to show, undergo all sorts of difficulties. Small boy, 5 years old. You see, he is so innocent. But just because he is the devotee of the Supreme Lord, he had to undergo all this. But Narasimha-bhagavān, when he comes out, he gives everything. We may think that Prahlad is in great danger and anybody would have been in a great fear, afraid. Even little fire for a small boy, he will be so much afraid. Even a little small snake, he will be afraid. So many snakes, big snakes, he is not afraid. This is what is in pure transcendental service. We have another example of Canto 9, Srimad Bhagavatam, in chapter 2, Prashadra. Prashadra was the son of Manu, and Guru Vashishta gives the training for all the children of Manu, actually 10 children. Among them, Prashadra is one of them. So as a part of training and teaching, he allots the duty. You see, Prashadra, for you, we have this big Goshala, the cows. You have to protect them in the night. In the night, some tigers, some cheetah, something like that, they will come and try to catch the cows, calves. So you have to take care. So he goes and he is protecting, he is doing his duty very well, taking the lantern in his hand and on the other hand his big sword to attack any of the attackers. So all this has been going on very well, but one day it's raining so heavily, it's very dark, and all cows are with great fear or shouting. And they are all running, all cows are running here and there. He could understand there is a danger, something is catching one of the cows. So he looks here and there and he finds one cow being shouting differently, loudly. He could understand it has been attacked. It is so dark and everywhere so much of rain is falling and so dark. He doesn't know. He takes his sword and he is listening, he is hearing the great voice in pain of the cow, and with great force he hits, cut it, kill this, whichever is attacking. Check. He looks, oh, blood is coming out. Yes, check. And after some time, everything is calm. Oh, yes, now this one has been killed. All cows are calmed down, and now it had become morning. Then in the morning he goes and sees, after completing his daily rituals, and says, "Oh my God, this is the cow which has been killed by me in the night. I thought I was just smashing. I thought something which has caught my cow that has been killed. No, only the ear he could find, ear of the tiger. Ear has been cut and the blood marks show that the tiger has run away. Tiger has run away except that its ear was cut. But otherwise, wherever I was hitting my cow. Now the cow has been killed. Such a great sin now. I have such a great sinful activity I have performed. For hours together he is in a sad mood, weeping. Then he goes to his spiritual master, Vasishtha. You have been appointed for saving the cows or for killing? Oh my master, it was so dark. Everywhere it was dark. And all cows were making noise. And it was raining so heavily. I took out my sword and tried to attack the attacker of the cow. Stop what you are talking. You have killed the cow. Now, Guru Vasishtha is so angry. He now curses him. You are not fit to be a Kshatriya. In the next life, you will get the life of a Shudra, a dog-eater Shudra. No. He says, okay, whatever you say, acceptable to me, my master. Then he could hear in his ears, next life. Okay, it is next life, not this life. I have some life left out. He realizes, sarva-dharman parijyajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva-papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Aham tvam sarva-papebhyo. Whatever is the sin, whatever is the sinful activity, I will liberate you from the sinful activities. Don't worry if you surrender unto me. Now he says, okay, I have some life left out. I surrender totally unto Krishna. I surrender totally, leaving that big post of a prince. It's not a small, he has got so much of luxury, so much at his command. He leaves everything. And now he leads a life of a beggar, of a stranger. He goes out of just like a man who is deaf, dumb, who is blind. And people start insulting him, no problem. Some people praise him. He is not an ordinary person. Whatever you give, he eats. And he never is opting for any sort of luxury, any sort of happiness. Some people are respecting, many people are insulting him. He is not worried at all. He reached the level of the pure transcendental consciousness. Now, after that, he comes and sees a huge fire in the jungle, in the forest. Then he enters and purifies, burns his body, goes back to Godhead. This is what is given in 9.2. We have Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj was such a great person who ruled the whole earth And at the Vanaprastha stage, at the old age of 50 to 60 in between, so he comes out, he says, this life is meant for realizing the Supreme Lord. So whatever time I am having, I will live in the back to Godhead. He leaves the kingdom, goes to the jungle, goes to the forest and makes a small hut and started his activities of meditation and performing activities. Everything was going on so nicely. But one day he sees one deer which was carrying, jumped with fear when the big lion started roaring, and from the stomach this small child falls down into the river, and it started moving, flowing and getting swept away in the water. Now Bharat is seeing all this. Oh my God, this small deer is swept away in the water. It's going, where is it going? He runs and catches the deer, that baby deer, brings it. Oh my dear, if I am not taking care of you, where will you go? All cruel animals are here. They will simply catch you, kill you. I have to take care of you. I will take care of you. So he started thinking that he has to take care. He is the one who is the protector of this baby deer. Now the deer naturally is trying to find other deers. It wants to move in the herd. So it is moving here and there, it is going. Now every time he goes behind and catches the deer, brings it back. Anytime he goes for collection of the flowers, he always keeps the deer. Come with me. If you are there, any cheetah, anything can catch you and just kill you. Come along with me. When he is performing his sacrifice, the yajna, the kāmān, his concentration is disturbed. He is always worried in his mind. He is always worried about the safety of the baby deer. That baby deer is really occupied, replaced his Supreme Lord, and it is deer which is there in his heart, always thinking about it. One day it so happens, deer is not seen. Where the deer has gone? Oh, he is searching. And there is a big fire. Oh, this deer might have entered into this. I want to search. I will see. I want to catch. I want to catch and bring it back. He goes, enters into the fire and saying, oh my dear, where are you? You must be here. And he dies. He leaves the body, and after that, because he always remembering deer, he could get the body of the deer only. But the Supreme Lord is so pleased with him that he is able to remember that he was Bharat Maharaj, the king, and then because of the love with the deer, he became deer. And after leaving the body of the deer, he gets the body of Bharata, Jada Bharata. He is called Jada Bharata because whatever you tell him, he doesn't understand. But whatever work you ask him to do, he will do in his own way. But he obliges. Whatever you give him, he will eat. There is no protest. There is no argument. There is no talk at all. This way, he is behaving. But in his heart, he knows. He has been the king. From king, he became, in the last life, he became the deer because of the love with the deer. Now, in this life, I will not discuss with anybody anything. My only aim is to go back to the Godhead. So no desire, no hatredness, anything is equal. Anything he gets, rotten roti, no problem. Rotten fruit, no problem. He is looking very, very strong in spite of all that. So one day he goes to the forest for collecting some sticks, etc. And in the meantime here, one big thief, he has got so many thieves under him. He is the boss, thief boss of the thieves, gang leader. So he wants to get a son by offering a human sacrifice to Durga. So he catches hold of one fellow and keeps him in the tree. And they all together, they go out and they try to make arrangements. And just they come back and see that fellow is missing. When that fellow is missing, this fellow has run away because he is going to be killed. They are searching and they could find easily Jada Bharat, who is sitting. And by his behavior and talk, they could understand very easily that this fellow is very nice, doesn't talk at all, just catch him. They all caught him and they bring him for the sacrifice. They perform the worship of Durga and nicely apply sandal powder, sandal paste and some ornaments and very nice garland, and he has been nicely fed with lot of different items and he is eating. Oh, this fellow will be killed. He understands that he is going to be killed. Even then, he remains calm and quiet. If this is the desire of the Supreme Lord, that I should be killed in this manner, I have to leave my body in this manner, no problem. It is the desire of the Supreme Lord. So, he is just not worried. Now he is ready to be killed. The pujari, thief pujari, all thieves only. Among them one pujari, one thief who is acting as the pujari, the priest. He nicely holds the big dagger to cut off his neck. And he takes it. Keep your head like this. Yes. Like this. Yes. He says, Hari, this fellow, keep your head like this. Okay. No problem. He is ready to kill him. Immediately, he is about to be killed. Durga, Mother Durga, the Kali, comes out of the statue. And catches hold each of the thieves. You are the fellow? You want to kill the devotee of my master? He is so good, so silent, obliging everything. You want to kill such an innocent, good devotee of my master? Oh! One by one, all the thieves have been killed. Now with anger, Kalima plays with the heads, kicking the heads and drinking the blood. So, but Bharat, afterwards, he becomes no difference, no problem. He is as calm, as good as earlier he was maintaining. So, here we see how nicely he left all the desires and ultimately he could achieve the supreme abode. Parikshit Maharaj is another very good example where he had really sacrificed everything and came for listening the Bhagavatam. So here we see, when he observed that a cow and a bull is being chased by one black person, he says, I am Kali, I have come here, please don't kill me. Parikshit Maharaj could observe there is a great value in the era of Kali. So, I don't want you to roam here and there. Only a few places I will give you, you stay there. The number one, where butchering of the animals take place. Number two, the prostitution, wherever it is taking place. Number three, where gambling. Number four, where intoxication is there. You stay only there. Oh King Parikshit, I want one more place, kindly give me. These 4 places are not sufficient. Okay, stay in wealth, stay in gold. He is happy. So, the people who are after gold, they are affected by Kali. The people who are not following these 4 principles of not eating meat, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. That is where the Kali is showing all the power, attracting all the people for doing all these sinful activities. Okay, after some time he goes for hunting in the forest and he is so much tired. He is searching for some water somewhere. He finds, Samik Rishi's ashram is here. He goes there and asks for water, but he is not answering. You are insulting the king. I will insult you. He takes a dead serpent and puts him as a garland. Now, hearing this, the son of Samik Rishi, Shringi, he says, serpent, dead serpent, somebody had put in my father's neck. Whoever had put on my father's neck the dead serpent is going to be killed by biting by the big snake called Takshaka on the 7th day. He gives the big curse. Now, he comes to his father and says, such a small thing. Yes, I didn't take care of him. And he just put a dead serpent on me. For that you want that he should be killed by the big serpent? Such a big... Now, this fellow, he says, I'm very sorry. I have given such a big curse to him. I didn't know. Your whole big account of your punya is gone. Now, Parikshit comes out, keeping all the jewelry, taking out everything. He hands over to his son, and he says, I am going to find answers for my questions. How a person has to behave when his life is going to end in a short time of 7 days. He never feels bad, even though he has got all the power to retaliate. But he says, Tasmeva megasya paravaresho vasakta chittasya gruheshva bhikshanam nirvedamulo dvijashaparupo yatra prasakto bayamushadate. Here is the mercy of my Supreme Lord. in the form of the curse of the Brahmana. I have been so much attached to the household life, enjoying only sense gratification. Other than that, I was not doing anything. And because I am attached so much, in order to protect me, the Supreme Lord made me to detach these material opulences with great fear of death. Thus, the Supreme Lord is actually showing mercy on me because I am just immersed in enjoying the wealth. This is the actual situation of the devotee. He always thinks, tattenukampa susamīkshamāna bhunjana evātma krutam vipākam hrudvāk vapurdhir satatam namaste jīveshayo mukti padesha dayabhak. Dayabhak, he is the one who inherits with authority. What is that inheriting? What is that he is inheriting? He is having the right to go back to Godhead. What is that he is doing? Tattenukampa susamīkshamāna. In spite of all the difficulties, whatever be the difficulty, he is praying with folded hands. Oh Supreme Lord, it's all my own sins which are giving me troubles. And you are so kind, you have reduced those troubles. So in spite of any difficulty, anywhere, under any circumstances, he is always praying to the Supreme Lord. Such a person is having the right, just like the child, the son, inherits the property from his father. He has got the right. In the same manner, such a devotee is having the right to go back to Godhead. So, in this world, which is called anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. You have come to this, my dear child. Krishna is saying, 9.33. Krishna is saying, my dear child, you have come to this world which is full of misery and which is temporary. It is going to be totally destroyed from time to time. You have come to this world. Having come to this world, you actually belong to my place. Your house is here, your home is here in Golok Vrindavan Dham. You have come to this place where it is full of misery and it is temporary. You have got only one thing to do, to come back. Imam prapya bhajasvamam. You have come to this place, you have only one thing to do, always pray for going back to Godhead. Just surrender unto me and pray. That's all, you will come back to Godhead. Krishna is worried that his children are suffering. We are suffering from death, birth, death, disease and old age. And we are not realizing, we are thinking we are enjoying. So Krishna makes it absolutely clear many times in Bhagavad Gita that this place is not a place for enjoying happiness. The real happiness you will enjoy in the supreme abode. This place is meant for suffering. Come out of this. Surrender unto Krishna. The first step to surrender is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Prabhupada, our master, he has given the great, very, very simple method of going back to Godhead. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, always remember Krishna. That's all. Krishna will take care. What he has to do, what you are supposed to do, what you are not supposed to do. Everything Krishna will take care. Start chanting without any offenses. That's all. Remaining job is done by Krishna. That is the whole thing. So, whatever life balance of life, whatever we have got, we should become totally serious and be sincerely chanting the holy name of the Lord and the Maha Mantra, avoiding all offenses. Hare Krishna. So if you have some questions we can discuss, otherwise we stop. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
We were talking about Jal Bharat Maharaj.
Yeah.
So in that body, Jal Bharat body, he didn't chant anything.
He didn't
Did not
chant?
Yeah, anything.
Outside. It looks like that.
No yoga, no pranayama.
Yes.
No nothing he did.
Yeah. Why pranayama? He is always in connection with Krishna. He is always in yoga with Krishna. Because internally he is knowing that he committed a mistake of loving deer so much and dedicating his time for the deer, thinking that he is the protector. You are not the protector. Protector is the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord decides when the death has to come. So how? Then he realizes, I committed a mistake. So in his mind he is always thinking about the Supreme Lord. He is praying to the Supreme Lord. That's why when Rahugana, the king Rahugana, actually he gives the whole gist of what is soul, what is Supreme Lord, what is our duty, all that.
So in Jal Bharat body, which process he followed?
He is always remembering Krishna, that's all. He is remembering. Only by remembering Krishna he will go back. Now I have got no other activity than remembering the Supreme Lord. By mistake I was remembering the deer. Instead of remembering Krishna, instead of remembering the Supreme Lord, I started remembering this always. That's why I had to take the birth of a deer, and then now I am here. Hare Krishna. So we close here if you don't have any other questions. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Srimad Bhagavad